Well, here we go. Hey everyone, it's me, Grant, the movie and TV guy. Welcome to Raise on Popcorn with Grant, everybody. And today we are talking about a movie. Movies and TV, that's what we do here, and that movie is. And it's an early review, by the way, as well. That movie is Sound of Hope, the story of Possum Trot. So Sound of Hope, the story of Possum Trot is, which is a very clunky title, is... It was originally just called Possum Trot. I don't know. Oh, I know. It's capitalized on Sound of Freedom. But still, that's a weird, kind of a clunky title, guys. I'm saying this out of love to my friends at Amp Studios. Sound of Hope is directed by Joshua Weigel. It's written by Joshua and Rebecca Weigel. Okay. Oh, it's produced by Letitia Wright. I did not realize that. From Black Panther. Yeah. Neat. So Sound of Hope is based on true events involving Possum Trot. This was a town that basically, following the example of a reverend played by Demetrius Gross in one of the film's best performances, and his wife Donna, Nika King, one of the film's not so great performances. I'm sorry, I'm going to be real about it. They decide to, despite having a daughter of their own and a son with severe special needs, decide to adopt a few more kids. One of whom is a victim of some pretty. Well, all three of them have been abused, but one of them particularly is a 12-year-old girl named Terry has particularly been. Like, imagine the worst things that could possibly happen to a child that they've survived, and you're pretty much there. It's horrifying. They take them in, and very soon the town rallies around them and begins to adopt. Eventually, within 100 miles of this town, all the children who are in need of homes are adopted. And this is the story of how this couple made that happen, and had to contend with the trauma that Terry suffered and how it affects her ability to be an active member of this family. Yeah, this is the story. So, okay. I didn't like this movie. I'm going to be real about it. I didn't like this movie very much. Are you going to let me tell you my reasons? I know you're not. You're already downvoting this video. Here's the deal. You notice I didn't give this Angry Grant Show moniker because I'm not going to be angry about it. I don't even think it's a bad movie. But I don't think it's very good either. Let me explain. So, this movie, it was disappointing. I don't want to get the positives right off the bat, because there are positives here. I think that the movie is well-intentioned, much like Angel Studios' usual filmography. I think that there is a positive message. I think that the story is worth telling, and I think that it is inherently, by design, by the nature of it, is a powerful, heartbreaking story that needs to be told. I also think that some of the performances are good. I particularly want to call out Demetrius Gross, who plays Reverend Martin, who is fantastic, extremely charismatic and likable. I also want to call out Deanna Babnikova. My bad. I hope I said your name correctly, young lady, who plays Terry. Both of them in particular, I think, really stand out. There are also some good scenes here. There's one scene in particular involving the Reverend kind of given the business to the pastor of this megachurch, who seems to care, as megachurches often do, care more about profit than these kids' lives. And I thought that was a powerful moment. Elizabeth Mitchell of the Santa Claus also has some good scenes as sort of a social worker who allies with the family and the town. I think that the child actors, for the most part, are very good, especially when it comes to dealing with the trauma that happened to them. And I also appreciate the fact that the movie is not afraid to really dig deep and show the pain these children have gone through. I think it's bold. I think it's they're not afraid to show the ugliness, the inherent ugliness of child abuse. That being said, everything everything else about the movie just about did not work for me. Now, let me be clear here. I think that if you are somebody who goes to see Christian movies for the Christian message, I think that this movie will work for you. I do. It's not hateful. It's inoffensive. It's not trying to bring anybody else down. But here's the problem. And this is a problem I don't often have. Even with the Angel Studios films, I'm not as big a fan of. The sermon came first too much this time. And what I mean by that is, there are key moments that last about 15 minutes almost, or feel like they do, 10 to 15 minutes, where the movie stops dead in its tracks for an actual sermon. Like, there are scenes in this movie where the Reverend will be giving a sermon for 15 minutes. One of them in particular, which is in the last hour of the movie, maybe like 45 minutes, somewhere in there, kind of toward the end of the second act. The scene almost directly before that involves the character of Terry, who is deeply, deeply traumatized, and heartbreakingly so, from being abused and even like raped. I mean, she's a victim. Like I said, any kind of bad thing you can imagine a kid to go through, she went through. There's a moment of, mild spoilers, I guess. There's a moment of explosive kind of arguments between her and the adopted mother that leads to the mother grabbing her and kind of viciously spanking her, and then kind of grabbing her by the shoulders and kind of pinning her against the wall, and the girl runs away. We then go to the sermon scene. She runs out of the house. They've also established in this movie at this point that this girl, because of her stolen childhood by her mother's boyfriends, is actively going to look for, it has been forced to grow up too fast. And it also has suicidal ideation and often runs away. She runs out of the house. The next scene is this 15-minute long sermon. We don't see her, unless the camera just missed her. The camera, we only can see what, of course, what the camera sees, because that's how movies work. She's not in the shot. 15 minutes go by. Other scenes happen before this happens. And I'm sitting there like, where is Terry? Like, why are you not going to look for Terry? And that's a basic error. It's the kind of thing that drags this movie down, because the sermon, literally, this is a moment that needs to be addressed. It needs to be acknowledged. And it takes too long of a beat to do so. It favors doing the sermon sequence over following up that explosive scene that really needs to be followed up on. Also, there are aspects of the stories that it is based on a true story. I'm sure, they show the people at the end. A lot of this really did happen kind of miraculously. There are these scenes in this movie. There is plot turns in this movie, in the screenplay, that strain credibility insanely high. I'm not saying it didn't happen, but I'm saying exactly as the movie depicts it, I doubt it. There are certain things I won't say too much because it would give away too many plot points of the third act, where and because of that, it gets kind of repetitive. They kind of spin their wheels. Now, the biggest issue with Sound of Hope, and I don't mean to punch below, and I do not blame this actress. I blame the Weigel's direction of this actress. Nika King, who I'm sure is a fine actress, she is overdoing this. It is such an overacted performance, and she's the lead. She is so overacting in this. It is the director's job. Anybody who's made movies, anybody who knows movies will tell you this, to direct actors to perform. She is so overacting in this that she sucks the oxygen out of the sequence. And when she's acting up against Miss Babnikova and Mr. Gross, who are good and are playing real human beings, her character is so over-egged and so over the top that it kind of started to irritate me a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. It kind of got on my nerves. It's like, really? She walks around every scene looking like she's on the brink of a sobbing meltdown. And I understand that that's the subject matter of this movie. But let some other emotion come out. Madam, like, please. And so I just sit there watching this. The other thing, too, is that it's repetitive. Scenes go on too long. The movie's like almost all of 2.5 hours. It does not need to be. I'm sorry. There's a good 20 minutes you could cut out of this movie. And about 10 of those minutes are out of both of those sermon scenes. Make them shorter. I'm sorry. I'm gonna keep harping on this because this is not how movies should be made. These are not. If you want to go see a sermon, go see a sermon. Don't make a movie that's just a sermon. I understand that's what the point of Christian movies are, but there's a way that you can do it. Angel Studios has done it. My misgivings with the film aside, Sound of Freedom did it. You can make a movie that has a faith-based message that isn't sermonized, that doesn't stop the movie cold. Cabrini, their best film. I still think that's their best film. Was a movie. It had structure, it had shots, it had acting. It was a movie that first and foremost was a film. Somebody was wanting to make a film there. This doesn't feel like somebody wanted to make a film. This seems like somebody wanted to make a sermon. And again, there are things in this that work. And I do feel bad that I'm going to go kind of negative on this because the movie's heart is very much in the right place. But there's so many wrong-headed choices here that I can't let it go. As a reviewer, I can't ignore them. I can't. It brought the movie down for me. It made it so that, and the thing is, too, is that this movie, by its nature of what it's about, should be easy. This is a movie, this movie doesn't have the faith in its subject matter to carry it. There's way too many sappy music cues. There's way too many scenes that feel like they're telling you every second how to feel. And other Angel Studios movies, they don't need to do that. They're able to tell their story straight on. And it's inspiring and it earns it. This movie doesn't earn the emotions for me. And that sucks because I went into this, seeing the trailer for it, like, okay, this is something that should be easy to do and get a thumbs up for me, but I can't go that far with it. I really can't, guys. I'm sorry. 2 stars. It's not a terrible movie, and I think that there are things in it that work, but I think that the things that don't work drag the movie down. And it's disappointing because these are good people who made this, and it does make me feel bad when I have to criticize Angel Studios. But guys, I have to criticize Angel Studios. This wasn't it, guys. Next movie, maybe, but not this one. I didn't like it. I didn't like it, and I also just didn't think it was the best effort especially with this story. I feel like let me put it to you this way. A documentary on this story, to me, would have been better. I actually think that I want to see more of. They have a little bit of a taste at the end of the real people, and I kind of wanted more of that. I feel like there's you know what I mean? Like it's more of there's more of a story there. But anyway, yeah, Sound of Hope, Story of Possum, Trot, 2 stars. I'm sorry, but I can't even low recommend it. It's barely scraping between the negative and positive threshold, but I just can't go over the threshold. Sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Anyway, it's disappointing, I know. Anyway, trailer trash. I know you guys already downvoted and are ready to comment. I know. Anyway, trailer trash. Let's talk some trailer trash. My penguin friend talked about it looks good. The Firing Squad. Cuba, if you're watching, Cuba Gooding Jr., if you're watching this, I said this, I felt this way when you did Daddy Day Camp and Boat Trip, too. If you need some money, man, I got $10 in my wallet. Like, you don't need to work with Kevin Sorbo. No, but this movie looks terrible. In fact, this movie looks... The one thing I'll also give Possum Trot is it at least looked... It was at least shot kind of like a movie, This looks like it's shot on somebody's cell phone. It looks terrible. How much you want to bet Sorbo directed this one? It looks bad. And it's not Angel Studios, but it's probably going to end up seeing it anyway. Thelma, we already talked about this one. Well, we saw it at Screen Unseen last Monday, and it's great. Go see Thelma. It's opening this weekend. It's really good. Take the whole family. It's a good family movie. Homestead, this is their new one. It's a movie and a series as well. So, yeah, looks intriguing. Neil McDonough, back again after the shift. Cool. I'm in. I like the concept. Bonhoeffer talked about it. Looks good. And was there shawarma? Yeah, of course. There's the message, the special message at the end, like all Angel Studios movies that runs through the credits. So, yeah, it's worth sticking around for. Yeah. So that's it. We will be back tomorrow. Speaking of movies that are on the totally other side of this, we will have a review. They're doing a one-night re-release in honor of the start of the summer solstice, I guess, for Midsommar, the director's cut. I've seen Midsommar. It's a great film. I've never seen the director's cut, so this will be a first watch for this version for me. So that'll be fun. Through the A24 IMAX collab, so that'll be fun. Oh, geez, my feet are killing me. Friday's The Exorcism. Saturday is Right Here, Right Now, the Ghost concert film. Sunday is our retro review of South Park, Bigger, Longer, and Uncut, which is going to be back in theaters for its 25th anniversary. Wow. And then next week we got Kalki, 2898 AD, Quiet Place, Day 1, Horizon, an American Saga, Chapter 1 by Kevin Costner, Daddy-O, Blue Lock episode, Naji, Kinds of Kindness, and more to come. That'll all be next time. And until a family affair, fancy dance, those things. So, and the midterm report. We will also have the midterm report coming up. So, best and worst of the year so far. So that's coming up, and that'll all be next time. And until next time, I'm Grant, the movie and TV guy. I see it all, and I'm happy to share it with you. I love you all. I appreciate you all. Love you all. Class dismissed. I love you 3000. Be kind to one another. If you like this video, give it a like if you want to. Give it a subscribe if you want to. Give it the bell. I don't know what it does. That's what you're supposed to do, or so I've been told. Leave a comment, even if it's ignorant. I like waffles. It really helps out. If you want to find me elsewhere, reviews, lists, and other fun stuff, you can find me on all my social media. I'm on literally everything, and either Raised on Popcorn with Grant or Raised on Popcorn. Take care of yourself. Take care of your mental health. It's incredibly important. And I want to know down below, what did you think of Sound of Hope, the story of Possum Trot? Did you like the movie? Did you hate the movie? I think my opinion's good. I think I'm full of shit. I know you probably think I'm full of shit. It's okay. I'm ready. I'm prepared for it. Comment below. Let me know. And until we meet again, we're all raised on popcorn. Make mine with extra butter. I'll catch you guys next time. Also, happy Juneteenth to all my friends out there. So, yeah, take care, everyone. Bye.